have some of our teachers that wanted to ask you some questions. So we've got you here today to put some of those questions through to you. First of all, my drum lessons teacher, he's from London, and he's asking about your drum gear. What are you using live, and what are you using in the studio?
Okay, yeah, well, live, generally speaking, I'll use a Yamaha 9000 because I find that it's just a really, really versatile sort of kit. So no matter what gig I've been playing since, I suppose since, yeah, about 2009, I've been using a 9000. And so just really simple setup, 22, 12, 14, small sizes, but you can make them sound big, make them sound small, whatever you want. So they're really great for that. And then snares wise, either like a brass or a copper or an aluminium Yamaha, generally 14 by 6.5, something like that. And then cymbals, just a couple of crashes, depending on the gig. So either A's or K's, Zildjian, and yeah, either an almond ride or a Constantinople ride, and 15 hats, always 15 hats, because I used to use 14s, but now they're a bit too piddly for me. So yeah, I like the 15s. I like big sounding things, even if they're not particularly big. So my footprint is small, but my sound is big, hopefully. And then also I use electronics live, so either a DTX Multi 12 for the more compact gigs, or for instance on the Tom Bailey gig, that was using a DTX 900 kit, basically whole kit. So that's live. And then in the studio, I'll use that kit. Like on the Last of Our Kind, that was the exact setup I was using, which I think is the first time I've recorded a full album with that kit. And usually I have another kit that I use in the studio, which is an old Heyman. I don't know if you know Heyman drums. They were only made for like 3 or 4 years. They sound incredible. They're just like, they're up there with the Ludwigs of this world to me, to my ears. And yeah, I just love the way they sound. So I'll use that as a kit, which is 22, 13, 16. And then snare drums, either Ludwig 402, Ludwig 400, or a Ludwig Acrolite. And they're all from like the 70s. They're all old ones. So yeah, if I'm recording, generally I like using older drums because it's, I don't know, there's something about that. It's got such lovely history to it, and there's just a warmth to it that is different from the more modern drums. So yeah, but the same cymbals. I use the same cymbals in the studio. So.
Wow, you've got one big storeroom, haven't you? So that's fantastic to hear.
Studio at the moment is terrible. They're just stacked up everywhere. It's like, oh, I can barely get in there. I'm like, I must sell some stuff. But I'm buying lovely drums.
Well, let our teachers know if you do want to, because we have a sort of sales site part on our website, so they'd love to. So